at who these folks are and what they have been fighting for so many, not decades, but centuries. Back around 1875, about 140 years ago, up until that time, women, literally and legally, were the property of their husbands, as was their labor. That was the law of the land and the law of the church. When that law was changed and women could, for the first time ever, own property and sign contracts independent of their husbands, the church screamed and said, "The sky will fall. Civilization as we know it will come to an end," and they fought women's rights to the very end. And they lost. Then, a few decades later, when women were fighting for their right to vote, again, the religious extremists used the Bible to argue that women should not vote, only men have the right to vote, and they lost again. So as recently as 40 years ago, they were still defending the ban on interracial marriage. In fact, the judge in the state of Virginia versus Loving case, which finally ended that ban, said specifically that the good Lord had put people of different races on different continents for a reason, to keep us apart. That was the church's position, and they lost again. So now they see that public opinion is closing in on them from 22 points, now down to 4 points. And we will be back, and we will put this to rest and have liberty and justice for all in this state of California. So let us remember who was with us and who was against us. We came so very close because of a broad range of civil rights organizations and leaders who joined hands with us and said the freedom to marry is a fundamental human right and civil right. And I'm talking about the ACLU and the California Council of Churches, the California chapter of the NAACP, we thank you. The Mexican American Legal Defense and Educational Fund, we thank you. Farm Workers of America, we thank you. Asian Law Caucus and Chinese for Affirmative Action, National Organization for Women, the Anti-Defamation League, we thank you for fighting with us for everyone's right to marry the person he or she loves.